Hi everyone, welcome to the next Halloween picture from Tiny Year by Agotapop. We are on page 42 as you can see, and we have a spooky scary one. This is the scariest one of the page, I think. Or we have little ghosts. I don't like ghosts, but we're going to colour these in a cutesy way, I hope. They are quite cute. We've got these eyeballs as well, which are ugh. But anyway, we're going to start with the ghost, sorry. Now, I like to colour ghosts not white, because you could just leave them white and then colour a background around them and that's fine. But I like to do them in a sort of more glowy look, which I think is quite fun. So I'm going to use the cypress green to start with. I may have done one like this for you before, I'm not sure, with these pencils. I don't know. So we're going to go around the edge of the ghost with this. Quite just like a line. Don't be afraid to make it quite defined. It's fine. The smaller one might be a bit trickier, but for this one it's absolutely fine. Like that. But then we want a slightly less coming in, so because we're going to blend it into another colour. So if we just put a lighter layer just inside that thick line, then when we put our next colour in, it'll sort of blend into it like that. This one is a bit trickier because it's quite small, but we can still have a go. And the little tiny hand, I'm just going to give it a try. And then we have this one as well. It's got a little tiny hand there, and then around the edge. I'm not sure what to do about the eyes, mouths, things like that. So I'm doing my lighter layer around here, but under this arm I'm going to try and make a defined line so that we can see it exists. Okay, so that's all I'm doing for now. I may go back to doing a little bit more with that after. So now I want a I am thinking a mint green. Do I want the mint green light? Let me just check my swatches. Yeah, I want the mint green light. It's a little bit darker than the mint green. I know, I didn't write the names. And we're going to go over here and bring it in towards the middle. Like this, and sort of fade it in towards the middle. Now, I don't know why I do them like this. I think I must have copied somebody that I saw that did them and sort of thought, that looks cool, I'm going to copy that. But I don't know who it was. Might have been Colour with Claire, she's very good. Obviously, I often take ideas from her things, but I don't know. I follow so many, I see so many colourists on Instagram and things. So many inspiring ones. But I try not to get overwhelmed by the amount of amazing work that there is out there. You know, it's so easy to think, well, that's just so good. Why would anyone be interested in what I've got to do? So even for me, that has got enough followers on YouTube for me to sort of know that some people must think what I'm doing is okay. Sometimes that little thought, lemon yellow, creeps into my head. It you know, isn't just beginners that get it. There's always going to be someone better than you. Always, I think. Unless you're the best colourist in the world, which is, you know, only one person can do that. Let's think about, for example, Olympics. You know, the top Olympian, world champion, or whatever it might be in sports. Sports is always a good analogy, I think. You know, they're the best. But I'm going to go back to the mint green light and just blend that in a little bit better on this one. Yours might not need this extra. There's not always, you know, someone's the best in the world and they're going to be it for a while, but they're not always going to be the best for their whole life. And there's a lot of people who aren't, they don't give up. They don't think, oh, well, I'm second, I'm never going to beat this person, I just won't bother. they keep trying, they keep pushing, they keep improving. And there's always the thought that that person who's really good might retire, and then they can maybe step into their shoes and take over. So, you know, but only one person can be the best at one time, cypress green, which is why we have to remind ourselves that it isn't a competition. And just because you think X person is the best doesn't mean that everyone else does. It's not like sport in that sense. Art is very subjective, you know, so you have to remind yourself of that as well, that some people might just prefer yours over someone you think is better than you, just because they like your style better, or they think that what you've done, it gives a better ambience, or it's more relaxing, or it's more fun, or whatever. Now, eyeballs. I think we need to do red irises and black pupils. Do you think? Scary stuff. So I'm going to sharpen my scarlet red. I'm not sure whether to do my ghost's eyes or not. I can't decide what to do. So I'm leaving them scarlet red. So this one, you see, has got an iris around here. And then it's got a pupil which will colour in black. Now this one hasn't quite, it's got a swirl, so I'm just going to pretend it's not a swirl. Colour it the way I want to colour it. And this one doesn't have an iris drawn in, so I'm just going to put one in. You don't have to do it like this if you'd rather not. That's fine. Okay. Just checking what I've done. I've got these little lines. I think they should be in red. The veins in the eyes are usually pink, aren't they? If you have a good look at your own eye. It's not very nice, I don't think, looking at those pink lines in your eye. Ooh. Right. Just sharpening my black. So this is the ivory black. I used it up. The ivory black from my 120 set is really, really short. I took this one out of a different set. I guess I use a lot of black. Now I don't really want to leave these eyeballs white, completely white. Sometimes when you see them, they could be a bit yellowy or a bit grey. So I'm just thinking about what to do with that. I'm going to have a look at my yellows. There are some really pale creams and things like that here. Yeah, I think I might use the golden yellow because I just want it to look... Here it is, golden yellow. I just don't want it to look like I haven't bothered to colour it in. But it's up to you. You might prefer it white. I'm just going to put a little bit of this golden yellow, just the smallest amount. It's like a ivory if you put it down really gently, just so that they stand out from the white background, really. And they look a bit less healthy, which I think is a bit more scary. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so we have some other round sweets and things around here as well. So I think we can do these in a few different colours. I think we could do a few orange ones, you know, Halloween orange. So I'm just going to grab this. This is the cadmium orange. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go around the edge like that, and then try and make it a little bit lighter in the centre to make them look a bit more spherical. Do this one as well. Now those two are in two halves, so do two colours on those. I know we've got these down here. We might do those with a glitter pen, as we've been using a glitter pen. I think we'll do these two. Now I'm thinking about what colour am I going to do the box. I was going to do it purple. We've got so much purple here. Maybe I do the sweets in purple. So I like purple as a Halloweeny colour. I'm going to grab the lavender. Ooh, here it is. We do half in lavender. Doesn't matter if it's top half or bottom half. I was just trying to think. Top or bottom, doesn't matter. Try and do a bit darker on the edge. But this colour doesn't really show up if you don't put much down. There we go. And then maybe the bottom half in like the mulberry, so it's much darker, just so you can see they're different. So here we have mulberry. Now, what colour would you do a box labelled Halloween sweets? Well, Halloween colours, we've used them all. Green, orange, purple, red. We haven't used black. But, well, we've used a bit of black, haven't we? I don't want to do black. That's a bit, yeah. So I'm wondering whether to do a couple of shades of pink. Let's do... we could use the purple, actually, because this purple is actually what I would consider to be pink. Purple. I'll do the main box in this purple, I think. You see what I mean? It's a pinky purple. Looks like there's a polychromos in this sort of colour. Is it middle purple pink? I think. Maybe it's more like I don't know. Light red violet. There we go. I'm going to do the main box but not the labelly bit. Well, husband and son have been out quite a long time. I think that's a good thing. They were going to drive quite a way. They decided they'd plan their route first. Son was like, I don't want to do that roundabout, I don't want to do that one, all that stuff. It's quite tricky because in order to get to the town where the test centre is, we don't have one in our little town, you have to do the worst roundabout in the country. It's not. It's absolutely not. There's roundabouts in Swindon that are much scarier. So I gather. I've only been there once. But my son says it's the worst. I think it's the worst one in the county. It's not the same as being the worst one in the country, is it? I think that looks quite cool. Now, behind our ghosts in here, I'm thinking it might be dark, but I'm not sure whether to do a little bit of dark background in there or not. I'll have a think about it while I'm choosing or doing this label. This label, I'm thinking I want to go with a light pink so we can still see the words through. So I'm just having a look at my pinks to see if there's one that looks the same sort of tone as the purple. I think the Bengal Rose Light looks good. So here it is, Bengal Rose Light. I'm going to use it quite lightly as well over the over this bit. That looks cute, doesn't it? Those ghosts. I still can't decide as well whether to colour in their eyes and mouth or leave them white. I think I'm trying to visualise what they would look like in black and I can't. I think I've worked out what I'm going to do. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try drawing in with my black, drawing in some circles in the eye like that. That one's already got them drawn in. There we go, but what do we do with the mouth? Oh, it looks cute. Oh, it looks so cute. But what do we do with the mouth? Do we do that black? I don't know. I think I have to do it black. I do it really lightly. Yeah, I think that's enough. I'm not going to spoil it. Behind them, I think I am going to leave it white, but we need to do these little dots here. And what colour are we going to use? Well, we've got our Sakura Stardust glitter pens. I'm just going to have a look at them and see what colours I've got. So I'm going to eliminate blue. We could do a few green ones as if they're some ectoplasm coming out of the ghosts. Or for someone who doesn't like Halloween, she knows too much. Or red. No, red's going to clash with that pink. So I think I'll do green. Yeah, this green here seems to be the right green. Let me just tell you the number in case you want to use the same one. 729. 729. So this is a sort of slightly bluey green. There we go. Could do a few more dots around there. I'm tempted to put some in here as if there's some sort of spooky magic going on around these guys. And just put a few around him too, like that. Not around that one. It's good. It will get a bit too many otherwise. I'll end up just dotting over everything, you know. So I think we are done. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for watching today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.